Yo, call me a network test where I'm laying it in the nest. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Cage today. And only today, we are here. That's right, to have our massive latest news update, everything about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. This week is especially big because we just had the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds open network test this week, and it was a massive thing. The last 4 days were incredibly fun, and I'm here to talk about everything, you know, that we saw from it, what we learned, the feedback, the joke curve, and all that stuff, and all the news extra that's come out of it. MIKU, COLLABS, more music, all that stuff. And of course, as always, if you are enjoying the content, you're new here or you're a regular, of course, please make sure to subscribe to your boy, support the content so I can keep doing more cool shit. But let's get right into it because we have a big episode today. Let's start, that's right, with the reception of the open network test. So obviously, as most of you know, and a lot of you probably participated in it, this was the game's first open test. You know, this was a big stress test of the servers, effectively the big test of crossplay, if it works and all that stuff. And holy shit, I gotta say, this thing was way bigger than even I expected. Like, I really thought this was gonna be, you know, fairly bigger, right? But like, I saw people like XQC streaming this. I saw Maximilian Dude stream this. I saw RDC World streaming it. Like, people that are not usually in our realm playing our stuff, talking about our games, were trying this thing out. You know, the word of this network test spread out to more than just Sonic fans. I saw a lot of big streamers that normally don't, you know, play, you know, I've seen even Dotto and a bunch of others make like videos on it, just saying it's incredibly fun. Like, this did exactly what we needed this thing to do, which is officially put the game in more than just the Sonic fans' eyes.
Chat. Member of Team Sonic. Dude, what the? I'm not Team Sonic, I'm Team Zaz.
Time to get some.
And it seemed like from the time I was watching them that they were all like really enjoying it. I even saw that like on Steam. Apparently it was like the second biggest Sonic concurrent players at once since like ever. You know, I think the only one maybe ahead of it was like Shadowgens, but like it broke a ton of those records. Even the game before it was even out officially, like when it was like in network test before it was open, where people were kind of like, you know, sneaking their way through it to get in, it had more players than TSR ever did on Steam. And again, these are just Steam numbers, so imagine on PlayStation, Xbox, everything, like, and the game is charting super well. Like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is some big stuff, especially when they pretty much really well timed this. I mean, I saw advertisements for this network test. Like, it was to the point where I was going on Instagram and I would get ads for the network tests, you know, or you would see them on YouTube or whatever. Like, it's kind of crazy how much they really push this out there, and it really hit. I mean, obviously I've seen a ton of the community talking about it. Memes have been formed, you know, like it is something that was all over the timeline all weekend, and it just felt like this is such a rarity with Sonic, you know, especially with a franchise that's so, you know, usually character-based, single-player based. To have a game in the series that's a multiplayer-focused game that's a big success like this is huge. And, you know, a lot of people have been talking about this game, not only because, you know, it's a big Sega game that they're advertising, but, you know, all the crossovers have gotten a lot more eyes into it. You know, obviously we have stuff like Pac-Man, SpongeBob, Ichiban, MIKU, like all the stuff that, you know, all the word spreads on all the different social media platforms, and it looked like it really came through here and it worked. Now, I'm not gonna get into the mechanics and the gameplay in this video. I actually recently got a preview video where I got to play the game even earlier than this, going all into all the nerdy stuff about the game, you know, and I'm sure the next time I'll do that will be when I get to review the game, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, for now, right, in this beta we had 9 tracks available to us, as well as I think 7 CrossWorlds, and I gotta say, man, pretty good selection of tracks. And like, honestly, the fact that we were so addicted to this thing with just that selection was insane. And I noticed they made a pretty major change that I had never seen before, which was now when you go between the crossworlds, one of the crossworlds can be just another track from the game, which I think is like a pretty substantial change, you know, because then it goes from just seeing maybe the same 14, 15 crossroads, you could just see anything, you know. And I like that, you know, there's always, one of the options will always be like the official CrossWorld, and then if you go into the question mark one, it, you know, is always going to be a random track from the game. But I like that. I think that adds a sense of chaos. I think that adds another sense of, you know, every match feeling different. Like if you think of all the different permutations of like, okay, what if I get Seaside Hill with this track, or if I get, you know, Wonder Museum, and then I go to what's it called, you know, the mighty, the what's it called, the Night of the Museum level. I just said the same level, you know what I mean. If I go to Rainbow Garden, or if I go to the Galaxy Force level, or if you end up in, you know, what's called the Colorful Mall, like it's cool that you could end up in any of these levels randomly, right? And we had such a small selection for this, but it was really fun. But that was one of the major things I noticed, at least in terms of, you know, level gimmicks. Another thing, of course, was we had items, right? Items have been something I've talked about for a long time, you know, and it's been a big discussion point since the first beta. And I remember I said this in my preview video. I was like, okay, playing with these bots, the items don't seem that bad, but playing online did make a difference, and I knew it would, because items are definitely more balanced, right? I remember obviously in beta number 1, the spinning, like, missile, not the spinning miss, you know what I mean, the spinner move, everybody had that. The slicer was coming out left and right, like it felt way more brutal. Now I will say the items are more balanced now, you know, you have more options, you know, people have learned the game, like, you know, boosting at the right time to get out of a situation, using the shield, using the right gadgets, you know, maybe if you get the level 4 drift, you're shielded. There's a good way to get through items, but I will say there's still some brutality with the items. I mean, you can definitely get absolutely destroyed by some of these items in this game. I mean, you could get slimed into, you know, getting squashed, into getting hammered. Like, your infinity frames sometimes are not always there, and I feel like maybe that's something they could fine-tune just a little bit. But I do know also there's even a gadget in the game that lets you recover faster from certain items and stuff, so I'm sure that's also a factor in the game. But again, for the most part, it did feel like if you were good enough, you were still doing pretty well, despite, you know, the end game destruction that can happen to you in any car racer. And obviously this was also the first time people got access to extreme gear, and I gotta say it was probably a massive success. I mean, pretty much every lobby I was in, majority had people in extreme gear. I did see still a decent amount of people in cars, and I did see, you know, a lot of people that were like friends of mine, mutuals of mine, that were in vehicles and saying, hey, like the speed type cars are really good, because obviously at the end of the extreme gear is a different type of movement. You know, you get a lot more boost, you know, but even your character factor. So a lot goes into what you choose. And that's what I liked about also this network test, was finally having that discussion with people, which is always the funnest part of multiplayer games, is like the discussion. And I felt like I was always talking to people in chat and the community, be like, wait, what gadget set are you running? Like, oh, what do you think is working for you? Like, and they're like, they tell you like, okay, I'm using like a speed-based car, and I'm using gadgets that give me more rings. Or someone would tell me, I'm using this extreme gear, but I'm using a heavy character, and I'm making it so that, you know, I have more heavy items, and, you know, I'm shielded more. Like, it was cool sort of talking and discussing strategies with what gadgets to use, what characters to use, and obviously seeing everybody's customizations was also cool. And that's just something that really is fun with a Sonic game, you know, is to finally have a Sonic game where we can have like a sort of multiplayer discussion and back and forth, and you literally can't even gatekeep what you have. I mean, people can tap your profile to see what gadgets you're using, so the game is encouraging you to see what others are doing and how they're playing. But of course, the biggest part of this network test that was meant to be tested was the online, right? This is a real first time getting a full test of what the main games online is, and I gotta say, there's a lot of good, but there's definitely some bad, right? Let's talk about the good. Obviously, first and foremost, when you're in a match, buttery smooth, right? It feels like the matches are super good. I feel like, you know, whatever networking they're using, whether it's, you know, rollback or whatever, works pretty well. I did have a few instances where like it looked like I was in second or third, but then I placed in first, or sometimes I placed in third or fourth. Like, there were times where like I couldn't tell, you know, if the game couldn't tell which thing I was on. I'm sure you guys have had that a few times, but for the most part, matches were really smooth. Another thing I thought was an awesome touch was I like that you can queue in to ranked, you know, regular online with 4 players. I think that's perfectly balanced, you know, because obviously if you fill a lobby with your friends, you could just, cheese it and rank up. But 4 friends feels reasonable to go into a private, group in and go play online matches. And obviously inviting people was really smooth. You can add people, or you can just add people to your lobby, or people can invite you to theirs. Like the online adding process and bringing people in felt super easy across all platforms. It didn't feel like there was any issues. And obviously, the lobby system was fun. I think the lobby system is so much fun. How people have like the different horns on their card that they're pressing, or they're waving different character emotes. Like, it's little stuff like that, little moments like that you cherish when you're playing these games, right? And I felt like it did a pretty good job, overall. And I do think I wish we could get into matches like a little faster. I do think sometimes it's like you finish a race and it'll say like waiting for squad members, and like you guys are all just kind of sitting there waiting, like stuff like that, where like it takes a little bit longer to get into games than I'd like. I hope maybe they address and becomes a little snappier at launch. Again, I know this is a network test and they're trying things out, but yeah, for the most part, I'm really happy with it. But obviously, a major issue a lot of people were having were disconnects, right? Disconnects, timeouts, even some people were getting game crashes. Now, again, to stress out, this was the point of this, right? This was a network test. This was them stress testing. This was them wanting everyone to play this so they could account for this and obviously test it out to make sure shit is okay. But yeah, it did happen more times than I would have liked, and it wasn't just to me. I know people in my chat that were playing together being like, oh, I just DC'd. Oh, I just DC'd time yet. Sometimes you'd get this weird bug where like 2 of your same friend would be in your lobby, and it was just a weird thing. Like, there's definitely kinks they need to iron out, and I know that they're sitting there working on that right now. And again, it's the reason they had this. I know they also dropped a survey as well for people, so if you want to go do that, you can go ahead and fill that out. I mean, this video is basically my survey. But yeah, for the most part, I think the online works pretty fantastic. Invite system is really good and everything. Again, obviously the disconnects are an issue, and I wish you can get into matches a little faster. And obviously in this network test, you also had 1 Grand Prix available to you. You could do a bunch of the character interactions, but I wanted to save it because I want to make a big video reacting to all the character interactions when the game is out. But obviously another main thing that was tested in this network test was the Joker event. That's right. So I think it was on Sunday they hosted the Joker event. It was the festival event, and this is effectively this game's version of a Splatfest. And I gotta say, I had a lot of fun with this. So the idea with this is you queue up with either 4 of your friends or 4 people online. You're on a random team that's decided right before the match starts. So you get like either Joker, Morgana, or Kasumi. And you're doing a match that is basically team-based, but it's kind of solo. So like you'll have one of the gimmicks every 30 minutes. So it was like there's a trick gimmick where like if your team does a bunch of tricks, you get a big boost. There was one where if you bump into your teammates, you also get a boost, building up a boost meter. There was a ring one where you had to get a ring bonus. Like, it had a decent amount of different modes to try out, and I did notice that there were a lot of people that are kind of like, all right, well, I like this, but I would like my regular races back. And I don't know if that's because, we had a limited time, or if it's because people just kind of prefer the regular races. But I actually really like the Joker event. Obviously, I think when you get everything, because the idea of the event is that there's a mini battle pass that gets unlocked when you're doing it. So when you're playing through it, a battle pass is like filling up, you're unlocking decals, you can unlock a horn, you can even unlock these nameplates that are super cool. I love the nameplates, by the way. I hope they add a bunch of them. And it's cool that every time you start a race, you can see everybody's nameplates, because it makes you stand out a little bit more, besides just being like a high rank, and that way in the future when you play the game, you're like, oh shit, they played that Joker event, or oh, they did this event. And I assume every character DLC that launches in the game will be able to do that. And you got to try Joker, and he was pretty cool too, as well as his Carsen in there. But yeah, I will say overall, I really love the idea of this, but I also do want the option to do regular races while this event is running. Now, I don't see why it wouldn't. If you notice in the game, like in the main menu, it would show World Match and Festival on 2 different menus. But I think for the sake of this network test, they made you play it because they're like, we need all hands on deck. Like, we need to test, make sure that when we stress that everyone is in here, that everything works. So it's important for them to do that, and I get it. But overall, I think it's a good idea. I like the idea of each event having a battle pass. It's something, again, that'll keep you coming back to the game. These are things that are important, and I'm happy that they are doing it. I don't see why they can't do them every 2 to 3 weeks, even beyond characters that are going to be DLC. I mean, they could do some for stuff like it. I'm sure they're going to do some for MIKU. We'll talk about MIKU later in this video. I'm sure they'll do stuff with like that Beyblade event that they said they were going to do. Like, there's a million potential things they could do with this. And of course, the last thing I sort of wanted to touch on about the network test was the legend ranking, or the ranking system. So the ranking system is pretty much the same as the original network test. I did get to legend this time, which I'm really proud of, and I still think my same issue is present. I do think that you can get to, well, actually now my issue is different, right? I used to think you would lose a lot more points when you lost. Now I feel like they lowered it a bit, but I do think you can get to legend way too soon. I mean, the fact that we were getting to legend ranks by like day 4 is kind of crazy. I know there's legend like 8, 7, 6, 5, but I really feel like between A and legend there should be an S. Like, I think legend should be like, oh fuck, like you really played this a shit ton. Whereas if you had A and then you had an S rank and then you had legend to like really show where the top of the top are, I think that would hit different. Now maybe they're gonna plan to add more ranks later, right? Maybe just for launch they want to have it up to legend and that people can go crazier with it. But yeah, at the very least, like I'm cool with the ranking system. It's fun, gives you something to strive for. But if you want people to strive for even more, put an S rank in between or add more legend ranks later on or something. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's very clear to say that the network test was a huge success overall. You know, despite some of the problems that were happening, you know, despite all the issues with some of the timeouts and stuff, I think overall people were all over this thing. I mean, I knew friends that were playing 20, 30 hours. Everybody felt like they were playing it a bunch. Everyone all day was spending time playing with me. My viewership was high playing it. A lot of people's viewership was high playing. And again, like, we broke into the casuals, which I think is a big deal, especially for a game that, remember, Mario Kart is only on Switch. Air Ride is only on Switch, right? This game has a massive benefit of being on every other platform and also being crossplay. Like, we might see some big stuff, and I'm sure Sega is going to invest into, you know, doing sponsored streams with some big creators and stuff. I think this shit's about to go crazy. And also, right after the network test ended, right, we got a message from the account saying Sonic Racer CrossWorlds network test has officially ended. Thank you everybody for participating, and in case you missed it, a single player demo will be released mid-September. So really looking forward to that. I assume that's just gonna be like, maybe like you get 2 to 3 cups available to you, as well as some time trials. I don't think it's gonna have any online, but that's cool that they're still gonna be offering that, which they've done for pretty much every major release that they've had. But we also do have some extra news to talk about. That's right, since our last episode, another crosstalk has dropped with actually more tracks that were not revealed that are now revealed. So let's, without further ado, as always, lickety lock in and check this out and talk about it. So here we go.
Crosstalk with Sonic and Tams.
Alright, Sonic does. I gotta pause up for a second, and there it is, bro. We have a pump. Why are my subtitles in Arabic? That's hella random. But anyways, yeah, we have our Pumpkin Hill track over here, right? Like this Mystic Mansion level. Oh, look how cool this level looks, bro. I want to ride in here, bro. I want to drive. I want to be right in there, man. Yeah. What y'all got, boys? Another look at Rooftop Run. A look at the Chaotix. Yes, sir. I love the enthusiasm, Team Sonic. Hell yeah. Look at Vector, bro. I like that they bring back the old music.
He's trying to increase their odds of winning by bringing the whole team.
I hope not.
That's crazy.
These races are a free-for-all. Everyone's out for the number one.
God, look at Cyber. Dude, I cannot wait to race in this cyberspace level. It looks just so, like, one-to-one and good and perfect. I love it, man.
Should we tell him there's no
It's awesome.
this time?
I think he's using it as a way to promote the agency.
That's crazy.
Clever. Guess that's why he's lead detective.
Yes, sir.
In for the first time is
SPO.
His ninja training will make him a sharp.
It's so weird seeing SPO acknowledgement in Big 2025. I mean, he's usually in stuff, but still.
I'm calling shenanigans if he does.
God, bro, look at this mansion level. It just looks so good,
Yeah,
man.
because if he does
It
that
looks
during the
so
race,
good. Look,
Swift
going
with the
into
wind
the
and
mansion looks
incredibly
very
fast. How will
Sonic
that
Heroes.
translate into racing ability?
I love this outdoor area too. Look, it looks like you'll be able to
And no driving on-
like hit the pumpkin and take 2 different paths. Like it looks like you can go to that left-right path over here, right? It looks like there's 2 arrows here. Maybe it changes on lap 3,
The
but
walls
yeah.
or ceilings. Keep it
Oh,
on the
dude,
ro-
even like look at this, like this top road with the invisible. This
The
level looks
road.
awesome, man.
Sonic,
I want
all
it.
of our machines can transform to perform on land,
Yes,
sea,
sir.
or air.
I'm just saying, it's the principle of the matter.
Well, if you're so
Good for
concerned
them,
about
man.
that, you ought to know about the gadgets we can apply to our machines.
Uh-huh.
And really change their performance.
Thank you, Tails.
Who needs fancy doodads when you're made of pure skill?
That's what I'm saying, Sonic. Let him know,
Hey,
bro. Let him
they're
know
all
what's up,
race
man.
certified, so everyone will have some.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm good.
This guy,
If you
bro.
would like to add a few for me.
There they go, bro.
Rounding out the
Charmy.
team is Charmy Bee.
Uh-huh.
He's always flying around.
This
so
little
it's kinda
freak,
weird
dude.
Seeing him sit and drive for once.
I do like his
That's more
animation
energy
here.
than all of us combined. I hope he can just stay focused.
Guys.
And on the track.
Look at
He's
this
an
little
accomplished
freak,
junior
bro.
detective. What's the worst that could happen?
Dude, Charmy would fucking rock the monster truck first in the beginning of the race item, bro. He
What's that gonna
fucking
happen?
would, dude. Look at him. Look. Psychopath, bro.
Yeah, put enough distance between us and...
That's awesome, man. I like that every shot has it with the monster truck.
Chaotix are a formidable trio.
Hell yeah. Also, is this... No, this is East Stadium.
Don't underestimate
I was like,
them.
wait a second. It looks a little different.
I can't wait to see what they bring to the track.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that was another CrossTalk, so we got an extra look at those 2 levels. Yo, this... Okay, so a new... Sorry if I look different and I look like crazy. Literally, as I was about to finish editing this video, a new CrossTalk dropped. So let's check it out. This is going to be fully fresh. I haven't seen this.
Don't do it.
Welcome to
Get
the
back, jet stream. Yeah. Whoa, what's that?
Trying to...
Whoa.
Look, we've got
Oh,
some
what the hell,
serious
the Egg
threats
Expo?
this time for the CrossWorld Grand Prix.
Oh, that's sick.
Dr. Eggman's competing in the
Hold on. Yo, what is this? This track looks fucking awesome. What the hell?
Stop trying to make that a
Okay, well,
thing.
that's 100% the last cup,
We've
but
got
damn.
some serious threats to review
Hell
this
yeah,
time for the
dude.
CrossWorld Grand
Oh,
Prix.
that looks sick.
Man,
All right.
Dr. Eggman's competing
That's
in the
awesome, man.
CrossWorld
What the
Grand Prix
fuck?
too? Lame.
He's an expert machinist.
There's
and
his theme
mechanic.
playing,
You
okay.
can bet that whatever ride
Oh, dude, look at it.
Grandpa gave him,
Oh, it starts with the little flinger from Green Hill.
modified it to the extreme.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eggman's no slouch and a decent pilot.
That
I
is
just don't
true.
like the guy.
Then why do we end up working with him half the time?
Because treasure beats scruples.
Treasure beats. Okay, now hold on.
Half the time.
What's this area? What, bro? This is a snow level. They just casually revealed 2 levels here, bro. So we have this new snow. I guess it's like ice cap zone.
Because treasure beats
What the hell?
scruples.
Oh,
Then
I love it. You can see
it's
the
an
wind
excuse
blowing
to
there.
ruin Sonic's day.
Hell yeah, dude.
Grandpa's given us a wide variety of machines.
Also, holy shit, yeah, these are different machine parts. I mean, this might be for the big cars, because I didn't really use the big cars, but there's a lot more than I remember seeing.
Gadgets to modify
Hell yeah.
I'm sure the doctor will have fine-tuned his ride.
This is
to
awesome,
peak
dude.
Performance.
Yeah, but that's why I've got you on my crew.
Yeah.
You'll make sure
Aw.
our extreme gear is second to none.
Some big love.
It's what I do.
Who? No.
Oh, God.
What is that?
Not the
That's
Zaz.
Zaz, one of the deadly
No,
six.
bro.
He's a Zeddy from the mysterious
Get him
Lost
away
Hills.
from me, bro.
The creature might be even older than the Babylonians.
So what
Really?
you're telling me is, we have an untapped source of ancient treasure to loot.
Interesting. The Zeddy's lore goes deeper than the Babylonians. That's crazy.
Possibly,
I don't like that,
but
you know.
getting past Zaz won't be easy.
Uh-huh.
He's a wild one, a true
Let's
berserker.
look at the white space.
More of a road hazard than a racer.
Yeah, I agree.
Gotta be on guard all the same.
Oh, I'm sure Storm
Yeah.
would love to put him in his place. Paving the way from...
God, this... Wait, whoa. Is that... Wait, is this that snow level we saw? Oh, this is the snow level we saw. Okay, I was like, wait, is that Chaos Island? No, this is, Wait, it might... Hold on. I actually can't tell if this is Chaos Island or so. I mean, it has a giant ice block, but Chaos Island has ice
place.
blocks.
Paving the way from my...
I'm not sure,
victory.
actually.
Well,
Shit.
You talk a lot
What
about
the hell,
him
he-
watching your back, but
This is the canyon level we saw.
Fine, whatever.
In one of the early
Don't
ones.
give this Zach...
Hold on. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Go back. Okay, this is Rooftop Run.
Give this Zaz guy a beating he'll remember.
That's crazy.
Yikes.
Oh, God,
I
bro.
do not like the vibe on this guy.
There's more.
That's Zavok, leader of the Deadly Six.
I can't
He's got a
believe.
grudge against Sonic and Eggman.
Listen, I know there's people in my comments. I hope the people like this, like, there's like 3-4 people in the comments like, I hate how you hate the Deadly Six. I don't really care. You know, I just think it's funny. But 2 of this idiot?
And I'm sure he'll take it out on them on the track.
Come on, man.
Zaz looks crazy.
All right, let's
but
see.
This Zavok guy looks like he means business.
Yeah.
He's cruel and cunning, a dangerous
Yeah, well,
mix of brains
cunning is a
and
strong
brawn.
term.
He's all about conquest, so he'll be going to the top
Conquest?
spot and won't care who gets hurt along the
Alrighty.
way.
Now that sounds like my kind of challenge.
Yeah.
Of course, that'd be your reaction.
God, this level looks so sick. This is like the Eggman level. Look, you can see all the oh, dude, there's the fucking Unleashed boss right there. Yeah, look at that, bro. The enemy from that game.
Reaction to
Let's
that
go,
big,
bro.
Bad monster man.
Bring him on.
And then more look at this one forest level.
All on. I'll
You're crazy,
show them
Jet.
what Jet, the legendary Wind Rider,
Yes,
can
sir.
really do.
Good for Jet. I love that he stars in these, man. Well, yeah, that was fucking awesome. And we also did get our next set of DJ mix music. So let's go ahead and listen to some of these over here. The White Cave music. Ah, dude, hearing this track again is so good, bro. Oh, man, having obviously Jet in this level is so good, bro. So good. Yeah. By the way, I will say in the network test, dude, the game speed was so good. Also, hearing the riders, like you know the sound. Oh, it's so good, man. I love it. God, I want to race in this level so bad. Okay. Nah, this remix is fire. Absolutely, bro. No question. God, this level layout looks so good, too. It looks so chaotic. I love it. Ooh. Yeah. Pump it. Let's go. Hey. Everybody watching this video. We're in the club. There. What's up? Yeah. It looks so good. And then, like, the vines rising over here. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I know this one. We all heard this during the beta, y'all. This shit, bro. Dun. Also, these remixes are definitely different than the... By the way, these ghosts are terrifying. These remixes are definitely different than the ones that are in the levels, because in the levels, they did not sound like this. Even like the Apoto's penis music that we heard in the last video, people don't seem like they heard that in here, or at least not long enough to get to this part. But this shit is so good, bro. Yeah. Opa! I heard the man, look at Rouge the Bat, bro. That's wife right there, bro. I can't wait to put her in extreme gear. She's gonna be perfect, bro. Nah, this Sand Road was also just one of my favorite levels in the network test, man. It was just so fucking good. It's such a fun, like, nice level to go through, dude. Nah. Where do we go next, bro? I approve, and of course, here we go to the next area, which I still can't believe is gonna be here. Ooh, yeah, and there it is, bro. Oh wait, no, this is Alaska. I thought they were gonna show us the Lost World one. The Alaska song is very good, bro. Very vibey. Yeah, no, anyone that was worried about the soundtrack, I feel like that shit felt mitigated this weekend, man. This shit just sounds so good, dude. Look how big the cat ride into it. This is also like one of my favorite CrossWorlds to go through, man. It's just so simple. It's so fun. We love that, bro. Look at that. Yeah. Dun. We're up, bro. We're up. I also did see someone on Twitter, not to pause this, showed like the park mode in the middle of the game, and apparently there's going to be so many options for when you play private 12-player lobbies. Like, you'll be able to do like team matches, choose which CrossWorlds show up in and out. Like, it's fucking awesome, the amount of customization that's going to be available in the game. That's what we love to see, man. But yeah, no, this is one of the tracks in the beta. Let me know, of course, in the network test, like, what was your favorite track that you ended up enjoying, right? Yeah, look at Big the Cat, bro. Living his best life in there, bro. Yo. The music is so good too. Composed by Fumi Kananami and arranged by Zardonic. God, the skybox is so nice in here. We love this shit, bro. This is what we love to see, guys, you know? And then, we up. And here it is, bro, a Lost World level, bro. How? How in God's green earth did we get a Lost World level in the game, bro? With not only a banger, but like the special stage from Lost World is such an interesting pick. I'm not even mad at it. It's just so funny to me. But hey, by all means, bro, why not? You know, the more serious representation, the better, to be honest. I'd rather... Oh my god, dude. Nah, this mix kind of goes hard, bro. They even have like the sky area where you would originally fly on what's it called? Ooh. These things are so horrifying. I cannot stress you enough how ungodly horrifying these little Pac-Man Wakus apparently they are. They're horrifying, bro. Or I think they're called Pakus, whatever they are, man. Keep them away. But yeah, no, I do fuck heavy with the vibe of this level, man. They did a good job with this. Very good way to represent, I guess, how weird Lost World can be. And then, God, this is so good, bro. This one is, this is the one, bro. This is absolutely the one, bro. Yeah. It's so good sounding, bro. Yeah. This what's up, hey. This what's up, hey. This what's up. It just sounds fantastic, bro. Dun. This was not available, obviously, in the network test, but what a fucking track, dude. We're Sage in the Giganto car. We love that. Na. I really do love that they made Sage white and blue. Very good touch, man. Yeah. Yeah. Na. So good, dude. I'm so happy, bro. And then the tower climb. We love this shit, man. This again is gonna be one of those tracks that I just bump. We know also the game has a jukebox, which is really important to know because you'll be able to swap any of these songs in any of the races you want. It's super good, dude. And look at this shit, bro. For the third lap, nah. Yeah, it even shows Kronos on final lap, bro. Oh, it's so good, dude. No, I think the music really accompanies the game super well. I think this mix was better than the first. Holy shit. Na. They went crazy, bro. For no reason. Going so stupid on it, bro. Gotta get the woes in there, bro. Wow. Kellen Quinn. It's so good, bro. Good fucking shit. We love that, man. Dun. Yeah, no, I like this DJ mix more than the first one. But good shit on that one. I'm happy, bro. Speaking of music, this is another massive news thing that just dropped right before the beta happened, is that they are doing a major collaboration with MIKU called Project Onsoku. Now, I will not play the songs because MIKU music is a little more difficult on copyright, but as you can see, they're doing a whole collab with MIKU inside. They have a whole logo over here, which looks fantastic, bro. And you have to understand how much of a big deal this is, bro. I mean, like, MIKU is huge, you know, huge in Japan, huge all over the world. And so for them to actually do a whole collab around her being in the game, and this fit is so good, it is like, it's a big deal, man. This is stuff that matters, you know. So Sonic the Hedgehog and Hatsune Miku are coming together for a special music collaboration. So they go a little bit about the Sonic series, about Miku series, and then you talk about her being in the game. But they're also doing weekly music videos for the next 5 weeks. So, you know, I'm not gonna play them, but they do get, you know, I'll play a little bit just so you get like a sense of the sound, right? But I'm not gonna play too much. But it's fucking awesome, bro. It's fucking awesome. Let me skip to the chorus. Hey, says I go this. It's super good. And then they just released a song called We Are Pico Pico Hammers, which is a song about, you know, the girly pops in the game. But again, this shit is a big deal, y'all. And they even have like little descriptions over here saying like, I went all in to cram every bit of rush I felt during my early Sonic days into this piece. That windswept sensation resulted in a song that's akin to zipping down a roller coaster track. If something goes with you, gets the urge to take off after listening, I'll have achieved my goal. I hope my song gives you a spring in your step. And then they had over here Cosmo Boso. I like how they have their Twitter and YouTube linked over here, saying, my name is Cosmo Busu P, and I was in charge of creating a song for Amy. I'm thrilled I got to contribute to the song and Hatsune Miku collaboration. I went into writing the lyrics by trying to incorporate as much of Amy's trademark cuteness as possible, which was quite refreshing since I normally don't get to dabble with cutesy lyrics. I kept visualizing Sonic while creating the track itself, and all my double bass drumming gave it an up-tempo rock feel. I hope it becomes one of your favorite go-tos. They even have like art accompanied with it, which is really cool. Now, this one's dope, but I really, and I mean really love this art because this is so much more like Miku, and I'm glad that they have the artists on them. It's so good. They even have like more assets over here just showing her like full model with this look. They have like this cool art wall of all, you know, the Sonic character stuff over here that looks amazing. So that stuff is really cool. They have like, you know, the official art wall. They have the official logo, which I love the look of this. But again, I need you guys to understand how big of a deal this is, because Miku in Japan is massive. And obviously Miku in general an icon, but it's a big deal to be getting this kind of stuff because this is the type of stuff Japan ends up really loving, that the fans end up really loving. And it just, again, it goes like, Miku is obviously by far treated as the biggest guest yet. You know, I feel like even the fact that she's getting all these songs, she's one of the only DLCs that's voiced, it's crazy. Yeah, and also if we go on their Twitter account over here, they show a bit of the other songs over here. If we look right here, so that's song number 2, and then we're gonna get a third song right here with Miku and Shadow. I can't wait to hear this one, Jet Black by Yonosuke. We're gonna get another one, I guess, with the Chow over here that looks really cute, and then this one looks fucking awesome. This is gonna be with Camellia. You've got Sonic, Jet, and Miku in the front, and obviously this probably is gonna tell us that Miku is probably gonna be playable on launch day, which again makes sense. Remember, like, this last one comes out right before the game is out, and again, the demo build I played had her in it, so I just don't see why she won't be in there day one if they're doing these music videos leading up to launch. But yeah, just one of those things I wanted to talk about because again, it just shows how big of a deal this game is and how big of a deal that they're treating the collaborations. Because you assume that also she's gonna launch the same way, where like, you know, she's gonna have like an event and a battle pass, kind of like how they did with Joker. But god, this art piece also looks so good, dude. And one more thing to sort of wrap this up, we do have a statement from Sega Sonic Team about why the DLC characters have no voices. According to Izuka, in this game, there's a lot of interactions between characters. So if we include voices for the guest characters, that will mean a lot more of interactions between them and Sega characters. The scope of the review that we'll have to ask the external companies will become very large. We didn't want to make it difficult for the external company, so that's, I guess, the reason why we decided not to be. When pressed on the point further on, Izuka added, voices are a really important part of the game, but Sonic Team really focus on the interactions between Sonic characters. The dev team really thinks that it's surprising how much interactions they put into the game for the 23 Sonic characters. They really had to focus, put all the efforts into Sonic. That may be another reason, and they had to give up on the non-Sonic characters. So that's a little bit upsetting. You know, obviously I think a lot of people want to hear these characters talk, but I get it. You know, like with the amount of dialogue that each character has with each other, I think it's like it amounts to like 500 if you think of like Sonic and all the others, and then all the others with Sonic, and then all the others with, you know, this guy, that guy. It amounts to a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have. It's definitely like half a cop out. I mean, they also did say, I think, that it would be a budget thing. But yeah, I don't know. It would have been nice to still have him. Also, I did do a reaction to it, but I did kind of want to talk a little bit about the animation. Man, I just want to say how blessed we are to just get these things. You know, I did see some criticism that it was shadow focused, and people, you know, are like, all right, give other characters some shine. But obviously, it's clear that the studio Geekix has a really big passion for Shadow, and obviously, this was probably made during the year of Shadow. But regardless, like for me, I was like, man, this is so cool. Like even to the point of I had Aru, you know, another friend of mine, creator buddy and everything, be like, dude, you guys are so spoiled. You guys are so lucky. And it's like, I think people forget, like us in the inside that are used to getting this, like how cool this is. It's so rare that games are getting these sick animated things right before a game comes out. You know, we've been eating the last few years with these. Like the one they did for Sonic Superstars was awesome. The Knuckles prologue is fantastic. Shadow Dark Beginnings, like these are getting noticeably better and better, as opposed to, you know, when Mania came out, they were a little more like silly, cartoony, and it feels like they're getting up in quality, whether it's like more chaotic, whether it's more cool. Like I'm so happy we have this. I can't stop watching it because it's so gorgeous, and it's just I'm happy we have it. But yeah, and with that, we are now 3 weeks from the launch of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and obviously let me know in the comment section below how you feel. But I really do think we are officially in the best spot we've ever been. I feel like now the excitement has gone bigger than ever, and you know, I've seen people unironically now compare it to Mario Kart and be like, well, I like this a lot more than Mario Kart. And you know, well, obviously some people will be like, that's hyperbole, that's too much, why are you saying this? I think it's not about the fact that like people are getting too confident or whatever. I think it's the fact that it's even a discussion point of being able to compare a Sonic thing to a Mario thing and have it be reasonable, you know. And you're seeing people kind of say, like, oh shit, like I get this one, like this one stands out a lot, whether it's the extreme gear, the car customization, the type of tracks they have, whatever. There's something about this network test this weekend that really put this game on the map, and I think it's going to be a much more exciting launch coming in the next 3 weeks. I really do think this was the best idea they could have done, because a lot more eyes are on the game now than ever. So guys, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you all think in the comment section below. What gets you most excited? What are you looking forward to the most? Are you suffering with draws? Let me know. Of course, I love you, and of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.